Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII. Since the parade has finished welcoming Lord Vaan into the city, all the exits of the city, the gates of the city, as well as the gates to Lowtown have been reopened. Now that's where we're going. We're going into Lowtown. Now this is sort of like a waterway. They're in the middle of the desert, Rabanastre is, so they're going to need to have like underground rivers and stuff, and this Lowtown is basically where that water comes from and is distributed, I imagine. It's not really designed to have people living down here. What had happened was when the Imperials rolled in, a lot of people came with them. Not just troops or maybe noblemen or all that kind of crap came in as well. And the result was an increase in the population and an increase in the demand of housing, forcing a lot of the poorer people to live down in this place, this Lowtown. Now it's actually kind of a nice looking place in a certain way. And none of these people are really forced to live here. I want to make that kind of clear, aside from the fact that they're sort of, the thing keeping them there is poverty, or I guess some of them would choose to live down here. But ever since it's happened, it appears at least that economically they're doing pretty well for themselves. I walked past a whole bunch of different shops. Treasure chest. The one such important person living in Lowtown is this old Dallan, the guy that lives here. We're gonna go talk to him.
If it isn't Vaan Ratsbane. Come for a tip on how to secure something bigger and in armor by the East Gate?
What? You already heard about that?
Wise I may not be, but well informed I am.
They'll get what's coming to them someday, believe me. But that's not why I'm here.
Do tell.
I want to know how to sneak into the palace. They've got to have some great stuff in there. Thought I'd partake.
Not one to mince words, are you, boy? The Empire protects all that's hers, and that means the palace and all the treasures inside.
That's why I'm gonna do it. To take back what's ours.
So our champion of the sewers aspires to noble action. Admirable. Perhaps I can help you. Now that I think on it, there was a rumor. Yes, a secret passageway into the palace vaults, a door, and a magic stone that opens the way.
That's it. This is exactly why I came to talk to you first, Dallan. So, where's this, magic stone?
I've had it for years, if I can remember where I've tucked it away.
Okay, Vaan has got his mission in mind. He wants to sneak into the castle in order to steal something. I guess figuring that he'll get a pretty big payout for something that's in the old royal palace there. Fortunately, our exit is right here. Lead us to Southgate. He doesn't really intend to find any particular item. He just wants to do it because he thinks there's going to be money involved. Now, in order to get into the Imperial Palace, I guess it is an Imperial Palace now that they're controlling it, you need to sneak in through the underground waterway. He can't just walk up and knock on the door, even though his Even though Magello's the one that's putting on the feast that's going to be going on in there. Treasure chest. This is one I will actually get. But in order to do that, in order to get in, he needs to open up a magic door, so he requires a magic stone. Magic stone, unfortunately, has been depleted of all of its magic, so it's not going to work right away. So he's got to go and power it up. He's going to need something called a Sunstone, which is something he's going to have to go and get from people who live out in the plains here. So I'm going to have him run out there to this little village right out here and try to procure one. Okay. I didn't come all the way out here for nothing.
Penelo? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same, though the answer is pretty clear. No good.
What? I'm being good.
Is that right? So then you wouldn't mind if I, say, tagged along, would you?
Huh?
Oh, don't worry. Magello's busy with preparations for the fete up at the palace. Why, I'm free for the whole day. Well, let's get going.
Okay, we have gotten Penelo joining in the party here. And it's the first time, well, you don't see her right now, but this will be the first time we actually have two characters in our team at the same time. In the sort of traditional sense that we've been, see if I can, excellent. In the way that we're going to be seeing through the majority of the game. Notice I just picked up a new sword, but it's more powerful, but I can't equip it right now because I don't have the license. So let's see if we can obtain that license. Okay, this is the broadsword that I just picked up. Some other armors I don't have. A dagger. Penelo has her only dagger, so I'm not going to equip that. And let's obtain this license. The new stuff will be these different swords here and the spears there. Oh, hold on. There we go. Broadsword. Attack power increased to 15. And let's go find the save crystal so we're all fresh when we head out into the plains. Now these people make their make the sun crystals or sunstones in order to sell them to other people, I guess for their magic powers, and that's how they make their money. Oh, she's giving us some stuff and then talking about something called Gambit system, which I'll get into in a minute. Seems a little weird that they're going to send children out there to make the things that they rely on so heavily. In the last episode, while we were heading back into the city, we had gotten to see the parade that Vaan had gotten thrown for himself, I guess, when he arrived into the city. And he is the consul, he's like the commandant, or whatever you want to call him. the guy who's basically going to be in charge of the city on behalf of the Empire. And that, well, that doesn't really make him too popular of a person in Ravenastre, because he's more or less the face of the people that had conquered Damascus. So I don't know where he expected people to like him, and apparently he didn't. Fortunately for himself, he has that gift of a silver tongue, and he was able to talk his way into at least getting some applause from the audience. He's a very polite, well-spoken individual, no doubt, very well educated and all that kind of stuff. But he refers to himself as being an elected official, even though he's the son of the Emperor. And they say that the Emperor in Arcadia is also an elected person, which doesn't really put him in line with being the same concept of an emperor that most people would think of, which you'd think that would be more of a hereditary thing. Now, our new character, Penelo, is, let's see if we can get stats, started at the same level as Vaan is currently. See the difference in stats. She is not as strong, and actually, no, her magic power is lower, so is her vitality. HP's lower. You know what? Never mind. She has higher MP. Okay, that's it. Even though she can't actually deal any damage in any way better than Vaan can, her higher magic MP ability gives her the ability to cast more magic spells with no MP. Yeah, she can cast more magic spells than pretty much any other character. She's the best caster we're going to have in the game. But overall, Penelo isn't a terribly useful character to have. Oftentimes it's better to swap her out for another character. She's also using daggers, which is not a weapon that I'm particularly fond of, but it's the beginning of the game, so I'm not going to be worrying too much about that. Lower attack power than the sword kind of weapons that Vaan is using, but your attack is quicker. Less of a charge-up time to the point which you can attack. So we're not going that way. So she's going to be doing less damage more often than Vaan is. Now I can switch to Penelo as being the party leader, and see this thing where it says Gambits? Oh, she doesn't have any just because Vaan is the character we've been playing as up until this point doesn't mean he's the character that we're always going to be playing as. You don't have to worry about, say, your main character going down and that ending the game for you like it does in Final Fantasy XIII. If, say, Vaan collapsed in battle, he'd be immediately replaced by Penelo, where we get prompted to replace him with Penelo, and we'd have to do it. Only once all of your characters, and I mean all characters, even ones that are not currently in your roster, have gone down, does the game actually give you a game over. Okay, characters have been taking a little bit of a beating here. Hopefully I can find a save crystal so I can recover. But notice the chain number that's appearing in the bottom right corner of the screen whenever we defeat an enemy. The higher that chain number gets, the more likely you are going to find better loot when you defeat enemies. See, look at that. Boom. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the item that we just picked up was any better than we normally find. It's just more likely that we're going to find better items and equipment and all that kind of stuff. Ah, shit. Run from that. Not that I think it's going to kill me, but because if I were to kill some other monster as opposed to the wolves that I've been fighting, it'll break the chain, and I will not be able to build a chain up and potentially get more powerful items. Where is this damn kid? Eye potion. Very useful. Let's, okay. I'll talk about gambits in a minute. Although a better tutorial later on in the game, once we picked up another character, is going to be offer up a better explanation. I'm going to turn gambits on for Vaan as well. What gambits are a method of controlling characters who are not currently, or who are in your party, but not currently, like, being given commands by you. Like, for example, in that last battle, I gave Penelo a command to attack the hyena. I'm going to do the same thing here. I can tell her to do specific things. But in the event that I don't feel like doing that, or there's no need for me to issue any special commands, I can let the Gambit system handle it, where she will, like in the majority of the battles that I've been fighting up until this point, go and work basically on her own and not and follow a certain AI logic that's set up for her to perform. Right now, the only things that we have, I guess I can't set gambits right now, maybe later on in the game. So all she's really capable of doing right now is attacking. No, I don't want to do this. Damn it. Flee. I'm pretty sure that kid is up here anyway. Once you get multiple gambits you can set up with a single character with certain orders of priority and all that kind of stuff, making your characters actually perform quite well in place of you issuing individual commands to them. In fact, if you set it up right, your characters can basically maintain themselves somewhat indefinitely rather than relying on you to heal them or do any of that kind of stuff. The Gambit system will become much more useful when we get more Gambit slots and we have the ability to cast magic, which will allow us to heal our characters. Okay, Vaan gained a level. I don't think Penelo did. Like I said before, levels do increase stats. But your your license system is where you're going to be doing most of your status gains. These are some powerful enemies, and I do not want to get in the fights with them. But they do carry some good loot, so I'm eventually going to want to go and kill off a few of those things. Maybe later. Whoa, look at that. That looks dangerous. Is there a, no. Oh, here's a kid. Okay, we got our mission from this little kid. What we're going to do is make our own Sunstone. What we have to do is take the Shade Stone that we have and take it to these various large glowing rock. And they collect the sun's energy and sort of store it until we absorb it into our little rocks here. I'm going to do the first one here. We got 36% of our total energy out of that one. I think numbers are randomized, so I mean, it was possible I could have gotten like 50, 60 or something percent out of that. What the hell did I just pick up? Now, even though these are different, like, little areas in the game, I can go and I can see the different glowing crystals off in the distance. So I'm going to want to set course for the next one, and then... I mean, it's the loading screen between here and there, but at the very least we can see what we're looking at. Oh, now that I look at it, take a look at that crystal off in the distance, the glowing one. Notice something weird? That glowing effect is actually just like the video that we're looking at here. It's not even a reflection of what's going on around it. I guess that's the effect that they're trying to go for. But instead of reflecting the area, they're just replicating the screen on that little, on that crystal.
Yeah.
Now, building up my chain. 17 chain. Now, we haven't gotten anything good yet, though we're getting multiple wolf pelts per kill at this point. What they are, they're basically just, everyday loot, like in a lot of MMORPGs. Another thing that they had gotten influence from that genre from is you find a lot of loot. Items that you pick up that are basically useless to you and to everybody. They have no practical benefit for you to keep these items, but you find them by killing monsters, and you can take them and then sell them. And that gives you money. Same thing can be done in Final Fantasy XII. You go kill monsters, get loot. You do get gil from these things, they're regular money, but it's not enough money for you to really make the living off of it that you really need. So you gotta go and sell off the items that you find. Now, I didn't realize this at first when I first played the game, so I was getting kind of frustrated that I wasn't getting the money that I needed to buy the items that I wanted. The weapons, armor, all of that. It was only then that, when I discovered I could sell that stuff, that I suddenly stumbled across an enormous amount of money. Okay, the second crystal brought us up to 88%. We should only have one more to do. Where is the next one? Kill that hyena! Almost to the point where we can kill it in one turn. 19 chain. Oh, notice that what happened there? We actually got healed a little bit when we killed that thing, when we collected its loot, because... Okay, we got nothing out of that. We got something, when we collected its loot, we got healed a little bit. That will happen sometimes when you have a higher chain. It's usually not an enormous amount. And it's terribly not very common until you get to the higher chains. But it's something that can happen. Just keep in mind that. Where is our next glowing crystal? Ah, what the hell. Kill it. Oh, there it is. Notice how chaining, they're not chaining, it's probably not the word I should use, that might be confusing. There are multiple attacks being done per turn. Like, notice how Vaan went and swung his sword like 4 times trying to kill that, when he was attacking that thing. That's something that will happen in this game. It's kind of randomly determined when you have a chance to do that. But it is something that can help you out in battle when you unexpectedly attack more than once. Where is that crystal? Oh, notice what happened. I'll show you something that happened here. Notice I had a chain of, what was it, 21? When I went into that little village. I killed this thing, and you know what? I don't have a chain anymore. The reason why I don't have a chain is because I entered a town or village and that broke the chain. So it's no longer I'm no longer building up. I no longer have that 20 chain kill that I had when I went in there. I guess the thought is whenever you go into a town, you have the opportunity to go and heal yourself or do that kind of stuff. And you can go into a town, you can go out of a town, kill some things, return, and then heal up and then return to the field and kill some more monsters. Same thing can be said for using save crystals. Anytime you touch a save crystal, since it restores your HP and your MP to their full, they don't allow you to do that and maintain your chain. Touching a save crystal will break the chain. Something that breaks the chain is going and killing a different kind of enemy, which I think I may have already said that. Now look, there's supposed to be a reflection in that crystal there, but it's not really a reflection. It's viewing things from the same angle that we're seeing them from. Oh, I think Vaan might go down here. Helen will take control of it. Oh, there's a dude out here healing us. Sweet. Thanks, random guy. I don't know who you are, but you helped us out there. We'll need 22%, and that better be here. Okay, we got 100% energy. We got our Sunstone. Not bad for city folk. How could you have screwed that up? You're not running very fast for a race, kid. Sweet, I got stuff. We got our Sunstone, we got our items, now we can head back to old Dallan and perhaps get ourselves into the Royal Palace. But, of course, at 28 minutes and 9 seconds, this episode has gone on long enough. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.